Hey friends, I'm gonna dabble a little bit in the world of YouTube and doing different videos to try and see if people are interested in what I have to say. So I thought I would maybe start by doing a little bit of makeup. Seems like people have been telling me when they're in the hair chair that they want to learn different techniques, the way I do things on my makeup when I post it on the internet. I wanted to just give you guys a few tips and tricks on how I do that kind of stuff. So you'll have to bear with me. I've never really done this before. I also thought I would maybe tell some fun stories, kind of like my updates on Real Gillis Life. I thought I would just maybe use this opportunity to tell these stories while I'm doing my makeup. You'll have to excuse my kids. They'll be running in and out of here. Also the background. Sorry, you get to look at the outside with a little bit of snow and some cans. So we're going to start with moisturizing your skin. It's really important to moisturize because if you put makeup on dry skin, it's just going to look like dry makeup on dry skin. So I'm going to start with the MAC Prep and Prime Moisture Infusion. I've never really used it before, but I'm going to give it a try. So we'll put that on there. You'll have to excuse my red face. It is terribly red because I went to chop a water hole for the cows and I thought, hey, it's nice outside. The weather is going to be getting crappy. So let's just take the kids out and chop this water hole. So I put Levi in the sled and he's kind of heavy and I'm kind of out of shape. So I hauled him all the way down to the creek and back and yeah, hot, sweaty, it's what it is. So that's all. Put in my skin, we'll let it dry a little bit. So I'm gonna do my eyes first because I'm using some palettes that potentially have some fallout. Fallout is just makeup that falls from your eyes onto your face. And sometimes when you go like this, you get this nice brown streak. Nobody really likes that. So I'm gonna do my eyes first. So I'm gonna prime them and I'm gonna use this Colourpop Pretty Fresh concealer. It's kind of dirty because broke my eyelash glue in a box, got everywhere, wrecked a few brushes, super handy. So I'm gonna mix two colors just because one of them is kind of light and we don't want to be stark. So we'll just use a damp sponge and just make that concealer go all over your eye just to cancel out any color that could be under there, like veins and just dark bits. I have these weird, like, I don't know if you can see them in this light, but right here and right here, I don't know if I just like overwaxed them as a child, but I have these dark patches so that when I turn my head, there's these dark patches and sometimes it looks like my eye makeup is like blended right up to my eyebrow, but it actually isn't. So get that all covered. Good. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a second. I'm just going to tell you about this particular eyeshadow that I'm going to use. And I have a few to choose from. I have a bit of an addiction. So, sorry, credit card. So what I'm going to use is one of my favorite, no COVID here, one of my favorite brands, which is Colourpop. You guys have seen on my Instagram right now, I have an Instagram a giveaway. I have a palette that I'm gonna give away for, what's today, Wednesday, Friday. I'm gonna give it away. It looks like this one's mine. I just opened the other one to show it, but this one's mine. And that's backwards. There's probably a mirror image that I'm supposed to use on this. But it's called Colourpop's Garden Variety. So it's super cute. If you like my Instagram page and tag a friend, I'll put you in the draw and I'll pull out a name. So what I'm going to use is this Going Coconuts one. Super pretty. It's kind of a cooler tone. Well, hello, there you are. Cooler tone kind of eyeshadow. It's got some matte colors and some shimmers. So I'm going to take a big fluffy type brush, if you can see that here. It's kind of tapered at the top. This is a duo fiber. This is BH Cosmetics number 5 Studio Pro brush. It's just kind of floppy like that. It's a good blending brush. So I'm going to tap into one of these palettes here. I'm going to this one right here, and I'm going to use that as a transition shade. And a transition shade is just using that color to transition from the really nice color, like bold colors that you're going to use, into this shade. So it's not super dark, but you just kind of blend it in there like that. Why are you in a box?
This is my washing machine from the dance party.
Okay. So you'll just use that in your crease like this. A little windshield wiper motions. Helps blend it out really nice. So you see how it kind of gives that little bit of a gradient. It's a little darker than my skin, but not overly. So after that, I'm going to tap into, not with this brush. Are you stuck in a box, really?
Yes.
Well, I can't help you. So now I'm going to use my Sigma Detailed Diffused Crease, my E33 brush. It's kind of a little bit littler and kind of floppy like that, but not as big. So you can take that and dip into this dark color right here. And I'm just going to take it in this crease area right here. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Joe, go play. I'll look into my mirror too. That'll
This
help me.
box is a little too small.
Okay. So I'm just gonna get into this crease motion here. I have a bit of a hooded eye, you'd call it. So when I look up, look down, this piece of eyebrow kind of folds over my eye. So I have to be kind of careful that I put the color up high enough so that when I have my eye open and looking at you, you can still see it.
I think I could have busted my ponytail.
It looks fine. Especially right here.
Ooh,
That looks really nice on the camera, but not bad. See, I have a little bit of fallout right here. Looks like I'm crying. You can kind of dust that away. And then take that deep color, that dark color, again right here, which is called Nutty, and just pull it into the corner right here just to darken that up. I also would recommend using, of course I don't have it sitting here, this is a little bigger than I want. This is the E44 from Sigma, the Firm Blender. Jojo, go play. And just really darken up that color right there.
I'm hungry.
When are you not hungry?
Mm-hmm.
Go see if you can find something to eat. Get something for your brother.
Ugh.
And instead of windshield wipering this one, I'm just gonna pack it into this kind of area right here. Like that.
Are you going to do that every day?
And then I'm gonna take a clean blending brush. This
I'm
is
not
my,
hungry.
no, you're not having a chocolate bar. This is a Sigma E40. It's a tapered blending brush, it's called. And I'm just gonna use that clean brush and just kind of sweep over these areas just to take out those harsh lines. I don't know if you can see right here, but when I close my eye, I get that little bit of a, I don't know if it's called like, what is it called? Old. Anyway, so I'm just gonna use that color.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you can have it. So you see how when I open my eye, this piece right here, kind of, not even a big spoon?
Yeah.
Okay, use a big spoon.
Oh, never mind.
Never mind. So you see how that kind of just covers over that. There's really nothing you can do about that. I can bring it up a little higher, but then it starts to look a little sketchy. So I take the same on the other eye. I'll just put it down with this brush.
Oh, my baby.
Get it right in here. Try not to squint your eyes like I do, because then you're just painting over the creases and wrinkles in your eyes. Take my small detailed brush again And just really deepen up that color. See how it kind of goes into the socket of my eye like that? And when I open it, it just gives that depth behind the eye. Kind of helps bring your eyes forward a little bit more, just so that you can really see it. So you see how I brought like this bit of a triangle shape here? It works for some eyes, it doesn't work for other eyes. You just kind of have to play. That's the fun thing about makeup. You can play with it. And then just take it off if it's no good. And just blend into that and take my clean. I have this thing, it's called a color switch. Oh, it says nothing. It's just like a little foamy sponge thing. I just swirl my brush around in it like that, and it takes all the excess pigment off so you don't get a weird line. And then I'm just going to take that and just blend out up here, just to kind of make it look like it kind of blends into the skin and not just a huge like line of color, which I'm guilty of doing quite often. So I'm going to do probably the last little bit. I've been doing something called a spotlight eye. So you just take your color and you bring it over here too in the inner corner, and then kind of hook the two together, and you kind of leave that that open spot right there, and we'll put a shimmer color over that. That just kind of brightens it up. There's some pretty colors in here we'll do that with. So we'll bring it on this inner corner as well, and then bring the two together. Yeah, not bad. Okay, next we will go into, not really sure which one would be best. Probably this Cocoa Crush right here. You can use your finger. Lots of people use their fingers. I'm going to use this brush. It's another BH Cosmetics brush, number 2. I ordered a kit and it came in this fancy little sparkly bag. And anyways, it's just kind of a flat brush. It's kind of dense, so it picks up the color. So I just pick up that color just a little bit like that so you can see it on your brush. And look in your mirror, Christian. And then just pat it on there in that open area between the two parts that you cut out. See how it kind of leaves that shine? It's called Spotlight. Makes sense. You can bring it up a little higher up in here too if you like, just so that when you open your eye and my hoods like to cover up, it'll still have a bit of a sheen up at the top in case you're like looking down or something, you can't see your eyeshadow. I know lots of people with hooded eyes where when they open their eye, the hood comes all the way down over their eye. It's tricky, but you're probably the only one that can see that it's really bothering you that way, because when you close your eyes, when you talk, when you move, your eyelid moves around and people can still see that color. So don't feel like you can't do it if you have really hooded eyes, because that's the nice thing about makeup. You just do it. So you'll pat that on there. Ooh, that's shiny. Oh. Up into there. Bring it right down to your lash line so that there's no weird holes. Huh. What? Oh, I'll fix it after.
But you need it.
It'll be fine for right now, Joe. I gotta finish this. Yep. And then I take my, where did it go? My E33, my little brush guy there. And I go back into that color, the dark color that we talked about before. And I just kind of tap it over that shimmer into the brown, the darker brown on the corners. No problem. Just to blend it so that there's not like a harsh line. See how it kind of blends in there like that? Keep your eye closed, Kristen. See what I mean? See how I mean about that dark thing there? Like if you move my skin, it's not actually a dark shadow, but there's one there. Super fun. And then just tap it in there. And on this side, see how it just kind of blends that nicely in there? Eyeshadow is all about blending. You don't want like harsh things. It's just not what people are after. And then I just kind of make sure that I didn't go too far down or too dark. Not too shabby, hey? So there's also this really nice, it's called Palm Reader, this really nice like white shimmer. If you can see it, cameras don't really do it justice, but I would take a clean hand and just take my ring finger and kind of circle it in there so you get a nice pop of color, and just put it in the corner here. Oh, that's a lot. See how it kind of just shines up that corner, kind of opens your eye up a little bit. Put a finger up my own eye. See what I mean? Just opens that up a little bit. So I think that's all we're gonna do on the eyes. Sorry, I keep looking at the viewfinder and not at the actual camera. I'll work on that. Okay, so next I'm gonna do my eyebrows because they look a little wonky donkey on here. So this is the AOA Slim Brow in medium brown. It's like $1.50. I can't remember. It's a pretty cheap website that I read, or that I saw, that, you know, it's not too bad. So the best thing about filling in your eyebrows is, just doing like hair-like strokes to try and thicken them up a little bit, but don't draw anything so like no big Sharpie eyebrows that looks like you got a Sharpie out and got in there, because it's not the most attractive thing. So what I would do is just kind of fill in those sparse areas. See my tail here is pretty thin, so I like to fill in underneath that a little bit. The nice thing about these pencils, like these retractable ones like this, is that you can paint it on.
I can't get my guitar sound right.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a plastic guitar from like a feed store, so it'll be okay. Just keep practicing.
Sounds like a bear.
Okay. Kind of fill that in a little bit like that. And the nice thing about it is on the other end, there's like a spoolie deal, and you just kind of run over and it smooths out that a little bit so that you can't see the pencil lines as much. I'm more of a natural brow kind of person. This one right here is very thin in the corner, so I fill in that quite a bit. And I like to fill in that corner right there. See how that kind of just darkened that up a little bit? Oh, and then I drew a really nice line underneath there. The nice thing about the spoolie is you can just take that right off. So just kind of comb through a little bit. Easy peasy. I also put in, oh yeah, I dropped it in a box. Oh dear. I got this Gimmie brow from Benefit, and it came in my BoxyCharm. I really like it, so I just take.
Have that?
Yes. Go play. Just comes out on a little spoolie type deal, like that. You want to take off some of the excess because you don't want to draw on anything that doesn't belong, and then you just kind of glide it along on your brows, and it's kind of like a fiber gel, and it hangs onto the hair that you have and just darkens it up that little bit. See how it kind of just fills everything in a little bit? This side especially.
How about the scratches on your hair?
Yeah, because your cat scratched it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So see how that kind of just defines the brows a little bit? Joe, go play, please.
Even like under here.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so that's the eyes and the eyebrows. Nice. So we're gonna work on a little bit of foundation and concealer. So I decided today that I'm gonna use Colourpop because me and Colourpop were a thing. Pretty fresh, hyaluronic hydrating foundation. It's pretty cheap. It's on their website. The exchange, it's all in US dollars, so the exchange is a little much. But I don't know, I like it. So I have the colors Light 60N, and I'm gonna mix it with Fair 03C, so it's quite a bit different. I'm just gonna pump a little bit on my hand, like that. Here comes the other one. And then I'm just going to pump just a titch of the lighter stuff just to light it up a little tiny bit. And then I'm going to use my beauty sponge. These ones I got on Amazon. So I'm just going to mix them all together.
It's raining on it.
It's not. There's a bird wing right at her feet on the deck right there. I don't know if you can see it. It apparently perished somewhere, and our lovely dog Maya brought it up to the house. So I got it on my sponge here. And I'm just going to tap it on here.
I'll make them gross. Like, make them yak.
It might make them yak, but this is real life here. That's what we're talking about.
And actually, it's actually a hawk.
I think it was a hawk, unfortunately, that somebody hit on the road or something. I'm just going to bounce. I don't know what I'm going to do. And just kind of work it into the skin a little bit like this.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Kind of like that. It's not quite the right color, if you can tell. That's okay. But it'll cover up some of the redness I have here. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, so I get lots of redness in through my skin. I've dealt with it my entire life. It used to be something that I was really, really, what's the word, self-conscious about. I don't care anymore. It's skin. It is what it is. Everybody has different skin issues, different issues, and it doesn't bother me anymore. I don't really care. This part right here, I think it's from being in the vehicle. It's like my left side. It kind of looks like an old boot right here. It's like very sun damaged, and I should probably wear more sunscreen, and maybe I'll work on that. But just use my sponge to kind of cover that up a little bit. And just pounce it on here. You kind of want to get up into your hairline a little bit.
And the red hawk.
That's the hawk. Unfortunate.
With a mouse.
With
Because some hawks like mouse, and they can see fishes and mice, and I don't even know.
All sorts of things. They've got we watch a lot of Disney Plus with a lot of National Geographic, so we know a lot of things.
And there's actually a tree of life in Disneyland.
Someday, we'll go, I don't know Disneyland or Disney World, but there's a tree of life, so we're going to go there someday when COVID's not a thing anymore and our kids are a little older and we win the lottery.
And then Scar, his snake, got kind of and now he looks like Scar. Then he went on a long journey to the tree of life, and then they healed him. I don't know. Because he got dirt in his eye.
We watch a lot of Lion Guard around here. Okay, so I'm just going to finish tapping that on there and get into the lip ring, kind of get in that nose hole right there. The peak of your sponge right here, this pointy part, really is good for getting in those areas. You want to get up into your hairline. I was saying before I was interrupted about the tree of life. Into your hairline and behind your ear. Stuff like that. I ran out, so 60 or 70.
Sugar, should we clean you a dog bed? You got it just for you.
Well, if you quit moving his dog bed, maybe he would use it more. And then a little nixie.
There's like holes in the floor.
What?
There's holes in the floor.
Why? Somebody put holes in my floor. Okay, and then just pounce it. Oh, a little different color. That's okay.
I have to go bathroom.
Okay. Thanks for the update. Try and get under here. Try and blend that. It's not the right color. I'm still experimenting with these colors to find the right color. The nice thing about putting your foundation on after your eyes is if you have any like issues you want to clean up, you just kind of pounce over that a little bit. Ooh. Oh, it's a different color altogether. That's okay, I mixed the wrong foundations, but that's okay. So you get in there, use up the rest of your foundation. It's obviously not the right color. Just get in there like that. You can bring it down your neck because we're not doing the 90s thing where we have a harsh line anymore. We're going to try and blend that out a little bit. You can use, kind of, you can use a brush too. This is the Sigma. Oh, looks like somebody sat on it. Flatten that back out. The Sigma flat kabuki brush, an F80, and it kind of super soft, like super soft. I kind of find that with these drier foundations, they leave some marks. That's not the greatest, but anyways, I've been using the sponge, so I'll keep using the sponge.
And when we tried it, we went on the ice hunt, and Mommy was trying to drop an ice, and she barely got anything.
Okay, go play.
Oh,
So that looks not too bad. You still see a little bit of redness, but skin is skin, right? Okay. There's a little wonky thumb right here. Oops. Apparently, if you dab too much, your eyebrows will come off. Not ideal. Throwing it on the floor is not ideal either. This is the Ardell Brow-Lebrity. Got it from Cosmoprop. I dropped the other one on the floor, so I'll just use this to fix what I wiped off. Oops. Got a hole. My friend Chelsea would not approve of the hole. Not bad. Yeah, good. Itchy nose. Don't touch your face. COVID means don't touch your face. Next I'm gonna do contour and bronzing. I didn't know anything about contour and bronzing until I did makeup, the course I did here not that long ago. So I'm gonna use the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro. I don't know if you're gonna notice a theme. BH Cosmetics and Colourpop are kind of like the more affordable type makeups out there, but really good quality, I find. So I'm gonna take my cheap Beauty Secrets brush that doesn't have a number. It's kind of a floofy, it's dirty, a floofy brush. And I'm just gonna dip into, I haven't used this yet, I just got it. So I'm gonna dip into kind of these color. Oh, those look different on the camera than they do in real life. Dip into these guys, are kind of right here, dabble around a little bit. And what you want to do is you want to make, you want to contour your face. So I have kind of a rounder face with a bit of a double chin down here, so we want to maybe camouflage that a little bit. So you can see in the shadows here, that's where my cheekbone is. So you want to kind of accentuate that shadow to help your face look more defined through here. So you have to make this face. Start up here at your ears and then work your way down. See how that kind of makes that little bit more of a shadow, kind of brings that bit of my face in a little bit, except for all these baby sweaty hairs. Down and through like that. A little more. Kind of bring it up through here a little bit too. Just helps make your face look, see how that really emphasized those shadows to kind of bring that jawline in a little bit. Cheekbones, not jawline. And then you kind of want to bring it in down here. Look, whoops, buff that out a little bit. Circular motions help. Ooh. Careful. Some of these can be pretty pigmented. Now you see how that just kind of brings that shadow just to give that defined jawline, because I don't really have one of those all that much. And then pull down your neck just to blend. That kind of gives you that like high school line, but if you just blend it really good, helps. I watch a couple other YouTube content creators, beauty people, I don't know what they're, and sometimes they say you can kind of bring up and around like this, because that's where the sun naturally like hits you in the face, like shines on your face to kind of give you that more natural sun-kissed glow. Yeah, I think so. And if you have a big forehead, mine's not overly huge, but some people feel like they have big foreheads. It's really, you know, your own personal preference, but some people like to blend up here a little bit just to give some dimension back in your face, because lots of times when you put on foundation, you're like one stark color.
I'm 6.
She's 6.
And I started these letters.
And we've done these letters.
And the other ones are super duper fun.
We started a new homeschool program. We homeschool. So we started a new homeschool program that's just a little bit different. Every kid learns differently, so we've been trying to go with that, learn differently, teach differently. So this is what we're doing. So it's backwards, but B and F and M is what we've been working on this week, which is kind of cool.
I got the M's right.
Yeah, you did.
You said I got the M's a little backwards.
They're not backwards. It's just because the camera turns everything around. So they look backwards in the camera, but not what you did. You did it right. So you want to give that a little bit of dimension back in your head to make it look like you're not just that one stark color. I don't know if I'm just not putting enough on, but it doesn't look too bad in the picture. Sorry about this being really bright back here. Learning curve. Cool. So I got that.
And I want to be a vet when I grow up.
Jo wants to be a vet when she grows up. Okay, so that kind of gives a little bit more definition through here, and some eyebrows, and a little bit of definition here. I blend that okay. Not too bad. Okay, so if you want to brighten up under your eyes, I don't know, lots of people have the issue of like super dark circles under their eyes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I would take my Colourpop Hyaluronic creamy concealer, the Pretty Fresh stuff, and I would just ever so carefully dot a little bit under here. Right there. No. It's gonna be lunchtime soon. And then I'm take my sponge, the pointy end, and just kind of use this. No leftovers probably.
Oh yeah.
See how that kind of just brightens up under the eye a little bit. If you feel like you have lots of like fine lines and like bagginess under your eyes, just be careful with the concealer because sometimes it can cake up.
We butchered a cow and we had so many meat, like a whole freezer full.
A whole freezer full of meat.
And there's a deer.
There's deer in there too. Okay, go so I can finish this video. Go.
Oh.
Please. So that kind of brightened everything up underneath there a little bit.
And I got some makeup too.
Yes, she did. Okay, go.
For Christmas.
Jojo, I want to finish this video, okay? People don't want to sit here all day and watch me put my makeup on and listen to you be crazy. Okay, so that kind of clears up that a little bit.
I'm smart.
Apparently we got too big on that video and we're starting a new one. Okay. So that's pretty good. You'll just want to tap out any creases because sometimes when you look down, crinkle your eyes, see how that kind of leaves that line. Sometimes your makeup will crease in those lines like that, so you just want to tap it out a little bit. You can finish with powder. Just take a brush and pat some powder on there. My skin's too dry for that, so you can use like pressed powders or loose powders, or I don't have any. Apparently that's something else I need to go pick up. My poor credit card. So I'm going to do my eyelashes. I'm not going to put falsies on because sometimes they're tricky.
You know that you have too much makeup?
I do have too much makeup. She's not wrong. I have a lot. So I'm going to use the only eyelash curler that I have, and it is this. I've had it since high school. It's really old. So you're going to take your eyelash curler and you're going to try not to pinch your eyes. Oh, pinch my eyes. Ow. And you're just going to push up. I give it a couple pushes with my thumb to try and get that kink in there. Oh, hello, ladies. Same with the other side.
I want to get my eyelashes curled, but I'm like,
but you're 6. So then I'm going to take this mascara. It's the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but works. So I don't know if you can see the brush, but it's kind of like the hourglass thing. So I just take off any excess that might be on there and just kind of brush it through. Oh, get myself in the eye. See how that kind of just helps them stand up that little bit? Good? Yeah. And you can do that. can do your bottom lashes too. So they kind of spike out a little bit.
Oh. I can't remember.
Okay, good. So that kind of gives you a little bit, any mascara will do that you have. You don't have to go out and buy ones. I bought this one at Shoppers Drug Mart. Joe, stop. You're making the camera shake. Got this one at Shoppers Drug Mart when we went to the city, which doesn't happen very often. And it's expensive. It was like 33 bucks or something. But anyways, any mascara, drugstore mascara will do. Can you go play till I finish this video, please? And thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of highlighter on. Highlight is kind of does the opposite of contour. You want to contour these areas to kind of make your face look a little more defined. Highlighting brings light to areas that you want to highlight, obviously. So this is the Fenty Beauty Killawatt Foil Freestyle Highlighting Duo.
I'm okay.
It's a little red. So there's kind of this pretty sandcastle and minted mojito. So I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics number 5 brush again. I'm going to run that through the sponge so that I don't get any other color on there. And I'm just going to tap into this one right here lightly because a little bit will do ya. And I'm just going to put it right here. I'm sure Brittany will see it. See how it kind of just reflects that light? Kind of gives you that glistening kind of thing. It's more an Instagram thing. Was my brush clean? Ugh. Not bad. Just kind of helps highlight your cheekbone a little bit. Maybe. Yeah. And you can put a little bit on the bridge of your nose. My nose is not something I generally like to highlight, but it kind of gives that look of, hey. And then a little bit on the cupid's bow right here.
I'm going outside.
Okay, see you later.
I'm going to clean up a little more.
Okay. A little bit on the chin.
Big stuff.
Sometimes if you feel like your lips are thin, I heard this tip on YouTube, because I watch a lot of YouTube videos these days, because what else are you going to do? I heard that if you take a contour color or a nice bronze color and just put it underneath your lip like this, when your lip comes back down, like when you're...
Ooh.
See how it kind of makes that lip look a little bit fuller, which is kind of cool. So yeah, got my highlighter on just to give that little, you can put it up here too. Sometimes people put it up there. You can do your nose, all that kind of stuff. That pretty much wraps it up. I'm going to put gloss on because I like gloss. This is the ColourpopXRawBeautyKristi collaboration, and it's called Glacier.
Kristi had a baby.
She did. So yeah,
And I can't
use this
remember
color.
what his name is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Move the old lip ring. Pretty glossy, a little bit sticky, not bad. Whoopsie.
What's gloss?
Gloss. This, that shiny bit.
Yeah.
My lips, not nips, my lips look a little bit new. You probably shouldn't have heard that. So they look pretty nude, but the gloss just kind of gives it that little bit of pop. So yeah, that's pretty much the video. It just kind of gives you an idea on how to make this look right here, like that.
And we're going to do another video.
Well, I might. Anyway, I didn't tell a story. I want to tell stories while I'm doing this, because apparently I'm distracted. But the other day I was doing a customer in here. She was the sweetest lady. She just loved the kids. So the kids were playing in the kitchen, and well, I guess Jolene went outside. Levi was playing, and he was really grumpy. He wanted to watch a movie, so I tried to put a movie on for him, and I apparently put the wrong video on because he's particular. Yeah, I can't remember what movie I put on, but it was the wrong one. So I put the movie on and came back out here and was putting this lady's color in. And it was a quick color, so it just sat for 10 minutes or so. So I had her in the sink and I was rinsing, and Levi comes back into the dining room and he's like wet to his armpits, like wet. And I was like, what happened to you? And how did you get wet? So anyways, I stopped. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just going to go find out what happened to him. Anyways, my mother-in-law had given me a box of like toiletries, like lotions and deodorant and stuff like that. And it was awesome. But apparently I should have put it away. So anyways, apparently he got the bottles out. And
I kind of saw it.
yeah, got the bottles out, dumped the entire bottle of lotion and half the bottle of body wash all over the living room floor. And I mean all over the living room floor. And then it's like he got on the floor and like got all up in there. And that's why he was wet up to his armpits. So I was like, So I bring him back out to the hair shop, and because the bathroom's just right here. And I was like, we need to rinse you off. So I strip off his clothes because they're covered. But he is like the slipperiest, because I took them off, the slipperiest, slimiest little child trying to pick up said child. Was like trying to pick up a slippery eel. So I get him to the sink. Well, first of all, I call my husband. I'm like, Scott, Levi dumped all this stuff. I need you to come. If you're not busy, come and like do this while I finish my customer. Well, he was up to his ears and doing whatever he was doing. So this poor lady's still sitting in the sink over here, laughing her head off because it's pretty funny business by now. So I get him in the sink and I'm like trying to rinse him off. Well, the more water I added, the slipperier and sudsier he got. Finally got him all cleaned up. Finally. Get him back on his way. Clean up what I could of the lotion so that it wasn't all over the floor anymore. Go back, finish this lady's wash, bring her hair cut, blow dry style, send her out the door. Get the cleaners and paper towels, and it was pretty easy because the other day Levi like unrolled an entire roll of paper towel, the entire roll, and half a roll of toilet paper. In case you want to know what that looks like, it'll fit in a regular laundry size basket. Good times. So I used some of that and some spray and cleaned it all up. Finally got everything all back together. And a second...
Yeah, that was not up to date.
No. The second I set everything back down on the counter.
That was when I was like 5.
Yeah, go outside and play. I set the things back down on the counter, and as I'm setting them down, my husband drives in. And he comes in, he's like, are you okay? I'm like, well, that was the funnest thing ever. So then Jolene comes back in the house, and she's like, what smells so good in here? And I was like, well, it's all that lotion your brother got in. Shut the door. Go outside, Triggers. Go outside, Triggers. This lotion that Levi dumped all over the floor. Maya, outside. Okay, go play. So Jolene comes back in the house. Apparently I got rid of all her fun.
Is it okay if I wash her in the bath?
No. Don't do that. Go play. Just go play. Go outside.
I can't play with her when she's trying to do something.
Can I finish this video and then we talk about this after, please?
Ooh.
Thank you.
I bet you're going to like 65 videos.
Go, Joe. Thank you. Maya goes outside.
Yeah.
I'm going to give away one of these children. Probably that one. Anyways, Jolene comes in the house afterwards. She's like, why does it smell so good in here? I was like, oh, your brother dumped out all this lotion. She's like, oh, yeah. I opened the lotion for him. The end. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. Let me know if you want me to make some more, do some different eye looks, different makeup looks, try different products that you might like. Just let me know. Oh yeah, I wanted to try this. This is the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. If your skin feels a little bit dry, which I think mine does a little bit, doesn't look too bad, but you can use this to kind of refresh and make it glowy. So you're supposed to hold it like a foot back. Oh, it smells nice. Smells really nice. So you'll want to let that dry. Kind of helps makeup stick in place. Kind of helps add a little bit of moisture back to make your skin look a little bit dewier. Dewier? Is that the word? Anyways. Yeah, let me know what you think of the video. I'm sorry that it's so long. I don't really know how to edit, so we'll see how that goes. But if you like to sit down and watch people and waste time, I'm your girl. So we'll talk to you later. Have a really good day. Yeah, stay safe out there if you can. Yeah, have a good day.